If you are young and you want to move to the Philippines and work, this is the video for you. Hey everyone, hey everyone, ever wondered what it felt like to work in the Philippines as a younger person, not like a retired expat or anything like that? I have been seeing more and more young people here in the Philippines, as in like 20s, 30s, even 40s, still working here, because you have to understand the days of staying at jobs for 20 years or more are probably not there anymore, to be honest with you. What is there now is the wanting to make income and just finding this thing called work-life balance. I personally feel that if you're trying to chase success, it doesn't exist. Prove me wrong. But all I'm saying is it's a lot more feasible now with remote work and so many other things just happening now in the world. I just want to give you my take on my 2 cents on what it feels like to work here in the Philippines. If you're new to the channel, my name is Gilar Reggera. I'm a business consultant and a life and accountability coach. What I consult for is leadership, whether it's individual, for BPO companies, and things like that. If you want more information on that, my email's down below. Reach out to me or comment down below. I'll reach out and we'll talk. So basically speaking, I try my best to empower you to unearth or pull out the best version of you. Just to be transparent with you, I'm still working on myself. So I know I'm not there yet, but if I can help somebody that's just one step like beneath me, I feel that's my purpose in life. So if that's you or sounds like you, comment down below. And if you want more like other type of services, as in like, you know, a formation of businesses or just insight on that, I'll be more than happy to help you. So I was blessed to come here about 3 years ago in the Philippines, Davao first and now in Cebu. And, you know, on the top level of things, it's the same exact thing. I'll be honest with you. Working here in the Philippines and working in any other country, it's literally the same. You're dealing with the same office politics. You're dealing with the same, I guess, the hierarchy and stuff like that. Plus, and at the end of the day, the Philippines is fashioned after, and you know, the westernized cultures. So not too much different. What you might find different is how people interact here. I've spoken on my other videos, but generally speaking, people here are a bit more intimate. They're a bit more close. The boundaries of you, like it is in America, are not like here. So you will find people just like, if you're not used to the sense of intimacy here, you're gonna probably be like, oh, what's happening here type thing. But generally speaking, because of the culture being so family centric, it's really easy to be absorbed by your new coworkers and all that. Because the reality of it is like Filipinos in general, they love having fun. They love having siesta. It's all about, okay, we're gonna go to work, but what are we doing to have fun at the end of the day? What are we doing this weekend? And because we live in such a beautiful country, that might be subjective to many of you, but to me, it is a very beautiful country. You know, a lot of people focus on what are we doing this weekend? We're going to the beach, we're going to the mountains, we're going hiking, we're going bicycling. People here, in general, they really try their best to squeeze as much life out of life, versus it's somewhat of a catch-22. People here, for me, this is my opinion, people here thrive on experience. They will blow their savings, their quita, or their sueldo, or their salary on experience, versus like the more conservative parts of like working in America, save up, you know, and then move on to the next best thing and invest. But generally speaking, it's also a touch of that generational thing as well, because most of the people I work with are in their 20s, barely 30s, and they're still in that mode of just like, I want to experience life. I don't want to miss out. You know, the FOMO moment. I don't want to. I want to live the best life. I realize, whether it's in America or here, being in management for quite some time now, delayed gratification as well as like just future. I want to say future proofing, but investing in one's future is not really in the realm of a lot of the young kids. I could be very wrong, but the majority of the young kids are into this mode of, I want to experience, I want to live my life, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow type thing. Comment down below if you think I'm wrong. I will. But being that I've been like I would have to say for the past 10 years in my management career, obviously I'm gonna be like hiring a lot of the younger kids, the younger generation. So I am facing a lot of these things here when it comes to hiring, asking certain questions, pulling out personality situations for them and things like that, and just dealing with them on a daily basis. Some of the young kids now are super sensitive. You can't really be too brash for them, or, you know, they feel hurt, they feel bullied. A lot of things I have to adjust and learn. But to a good degree, there's certain things that come from my generation that, you know, like, there was no sense of like, I don't know what it is. Comment down below. I could be very wrong. But in my generation of working, when I was in my 20s, nobody was concerned about your mental health. Comment down below if you think I'm wrong or right. Oh, that's all I'm saying at the end of the day. Another thing is that it's just a different feel with the younger kids now, with the younger generation, and that's something that I got to deal with, because obviously I'm getting older, and the businesses that we have, or Ruby and I, we're always going to be hiring younger people, so I'm going to have to change. All of you people, all of you guys who do businesses here or around the world, unfortunately, you're going to have to make a little adjustments here and there. There's some pros and cons to that. That could be for another video. But also, another thing I notice here is that people here are like, I don't want to throw I don't want to throw around the terminology snowflake and some things like that, but people here are a bit softer in the Philippines. They're a bit more emotional. You praise in public, but you talk to your people when you're trying to discipline them in private. And that's a common thing that everyone should know, right? You never want to out anyone. You know, I mean, there's outbursts in westernized countries where people have like screaming matches and whatever. Here, people are really weird with that. You know, they're a bit softer. Everything here is about your dignity, your dignidad, you know, saving face, ulaw. So, you know, like ulaw is like shame, like, you know, you feel ashamed. No one ever wants to be in that position, ever. I've been yelled at in front of people when I was younger. You know, I've been scolded and things like that. No one likes that feeling. No one wants to go back to your desk or your area, your work area, and be like, oh shit, this guy just got talked to. But nonetheless, here it's even more evident, as in just being a bit more softer tone, being a bit more cognizant of, and being self-aware that what you're doing to your employees here. So yeah, that's one of the, maybe like off the top of my head, the top things when I'm dealing with people here in the Philippines, right? That's probably one of the top things. The main differences in working. And here, like, people are a bit more passive than anything. Some of them I would say are opinionated, but the majority of people, they just, you know, put your head down and work. This is basically what it is here. So if you're you're a manager here, you know, like, don't think that people here are just gonna just outright and be like, yeah, this is how I feel, this and that, whatever. Some of them are not as opinionated as you want them to be, like it is in the Western countries. Number two, I don't know what number this is at this point. Another thing I noticed is that everyone, when the management asks, hey, do you need any help? Can I help you with something? Do you need any clarity? Is usually, no, we don't need it. No, we're good. And then they just look at their neighbor and be like, hey, listen, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? That's one thing you're going to have to face. Now, one thing I was ignorant to the fact was that here, and if you're going to be working for someone, and you as a foreigner or you're going to work for someone, and you're not going to be an entrepreneur or do your own thing, understand that the getting jobs here from time to time is a bit more stringent. I'll be honest with you, they're a bit more stringent. They're a bit more hierarchical and really like structured here, from what I noticed, right? Like I'll give you a great example. There are some people that are, I would think when I'm speaking to them, these people are witty, smart, adaptable, but the HR portion of all the departments and all the companies I've worked with here in the Philippines, we can't take them because they don't have a degree, or we can't take them because they don't have 5 years of experience. Obviously they'll move around from time to time, but they're a bit more structured here. There's no sometimes I find that there's no leeway unless a CEO or the top guy goes, no, I like that guy, hire him. So it's you might find a hard time dealing with that reality if you are looking to work here. You could be a student or whatever. You might have a hard time. And I was ignorant to the fact that I was like, oh, you know, and this is just me being transparent with everyone. I'm going to go in there. I'm American. They're just going to hire me because of my English. I'm not the only one. I've had many friends who are like, of course they're going to hire me. I'm from America. Why wouldn't they hire me? Sad to say, they didn't hire you. You know, and this is the facts. I don't know what to tell you. All I know is when it comes, and generally speaking, drama is going to be drama at the end of the day, right? If you're an American, a white guy or a black guy, you're going to stand out. So you might be the star of the office for a while until you keep effing up. Hopefully you don't F up. And this is on the employer side of things. And people are going to, you're going to be the center of attention, to be honest with you, if you do work in, you know, these type of spaces. If you are going to be an entrepreneur, which I gravitate more towards, you're going to have your own hardships of running business here. And any entrepreneur that has tried their best to start business here, right? When they're an expat or a Phil-Am, you just hit up any one of them. They will have their own gripes, their own frustrations and things like that. Me, I think I have an edge because I grew up Filipino and my parents and my family's always had businesses here. So I've always heard of the horror stories. So I'm kind of used to it. Plus, my father and my parents always had employees around. Even when we came to the Philippines, we always had employees. So I kind of was exposed to what happens in the Filipino setting, right? You know, like I'm not like what ends up happening is when you are living here as a foreigner and people work for you, you know, sometimes, and I hope you guys are not dumb to this fact or not ignorant to this fact. People are gonna treat you like kings, but they're disguised as snakes, nipping at your feet until they poison you, until it's done. I'm not saying all Filipinos do this, but I am saying you better be careful, and this happens around anywhere in the world, when you have brown nosers and things like that. The problem, the difference in America is people live in many people, not obviously I know there are people that are impoverished and struggling in America, just like here, but there's more people here in the survival mindset than in a thriving mindset compared to America. So you better be keen on understanding personalities and fake or real people or authentic people, because you might be faced with that a lot. I face that a lot because they think you're the savior. So at the end of the day, sometimes they will put on the best face available and talk shit behind your back all day. Because it happens to me. I've had employees steal from me, and you know, like it could be of something super small, and it could be time, which is usually the main culprit there. You know, they're stealing time, but it's happened to me. Or I do my test of like leaving money here and there and see what happens, and some of those people fail. I'll be honest with you. It's just, you know, I'm not saying all Filipinos do this. Don't get me wrong, but I am saying when you're in a survival mindset, what are you not going to do when it comes to wanting to feed your family? Or you can even be opportunistic, but you understand the reality of what my life is and how abundant, frequent, and things come to me versus you. It's just a stark contrast. So sometimes obviously you have to be held accountable for your things, but I don't hold it against people who steal from me. Obviously, when I find out, you're not going to be working with me anymore, so I'm done. But my point is, you got to be really keen on understanding these dynamics. Like here in the Philippines, you got to be keen on who's real, who's not real, who's authentic. And this is just maybe a general statement for Americans or wherever country you're in. But I just find that because people here, they're trying to survive, essentially. So they're going to try to benefit as much as they can, however they can. Some of them, I truly believe, don't mean to do it, because some of them are, they'll they'll adjust to a good degree. They'll adjust to a good degree. Well, let me try to get in here and pop in there. They'll adjust to a good degree. And there are, honestly, I would have to say, out of 10 people, 1 to 2 might be a bit weird. The rest of them, they're amazing. They're just there to work. But in my other videos, I have also said that relationships are king here, right? Having the relationship, having that, like that boundary of being able to joke around with your people, let them see the light side of yourself, let them see you can be vulnerable, and at the same time, also telling them how you feel. Like, I don't like how people like me, you can ask anyone, my staff or anyone like that, but I don't like how people try to use me and Ruby, and then they think that I don't know type thing. They think like they're I don't know. They really think they can outsmart someone who I play the game already, you know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, be careful how you conduct business. And if you really want some time and to really fish things out, flesh some ideas out, brainstorm, hit me up. My email's right here or down there. Comment down below. I'll be more than happy to talk with you and help you, because I think my purpose, honestly, is just purposefully serving people in whatever capacity I can with whatever I have gained throughout my life, and hopefully passing that on so I can build a legacy for myself that people can remember me by. So with that said, take care, God bless. And if you like these type of videos, check out this video.